Welcome back to Artificial Intelligent Finances, where we bring you the most gripping crime stories. Today, we're going to tell you about a twisted murder case that shook the quiet city of Edmonton, Canada. This story involves an aspiring filmmaker who had a dark fascination with the TV series Dexter, and a victim who was lured to his death under the pretense of a date from an online dating site. Get ready for a tale of deception, obsession, and murder. In 2011, Johnny Altinger, a successful oilfield worker, was looking for love on an online dating site. He connected with a woman named Sheena, and they arranged to meet at a garage in the southeast end of Edmonton. However, when Altinger arrived at the location, he found out that the woman didn't exist, and was instead greeted by a man named Mark Twitchell, who was posing as Sheena online. Twitchell had carefully planned Altinger's murder as part of a script for a film he was working on, which was inspired by the TV series Dexter. He had built a Dexter-style kill room in the garage, complete with plastic sheets, a kill table and tools for dismemberment. As soon as Altinger entered the garage, Twitchell attacked him with a stun gun, rendering him helpless. He then bound and gagged Altinger before killing him using a lethal injection of chloroform. Twitchell then dismembered the body and disposed of the remains in a nearby sewer. Days later, Altinger's friends and family reported him missing, and the police began investigating the case. They uncovered Twitchell's online dating profile, which he had created under the fake name of Sheena. They also found evidence that Twitchell had been researching serial killers and methods of murder, including the use of chloroform. Police searched Twitchell's property and discovered a blood-stained kill room, a kill table, and a set of Dexter-style kill tools. Twitchell was eventually arrested and charged with first-degree murder. During his trial, the prosecution presented evidence of Twitchell's obsession with the TV series Dexter and his plans to use Altinger's murder as inspiration for his own film. The defense argued that Twitchell had fabricated the evidence against him, and that Altinger's death was a freak accident. However, the jury found Twitchell guilty of first-degree murder, and he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for 25 years. That was a chilling account of a twisted murder case that was inspired by a popular TV show. If you found this story intriguing, please hit the like button. Now get ready for story 2, and at the end drop your comments stating if story 1 is real or story 2 is real. Hint: one of them is a fake story. Story 2. We have a gripping story of a young woman's disappearance and the bravery of her friend who helped solve the case. Get ready for a story filled with suspense, investigation, and crime. Emma had been working at a local diner in the small town of Maple Grove for over a year. She was well liked by her co-workers and customers and was known for her cheerful demeanor and excellent service. However, one day Emma failed to show up for work, and her co-workers became concerned. The police were called and a search began for Emma, but there seemed to be no leads or clues as to what had happened to her. Her family and friends were devastated, and the town was in shock. The police investigated Emma's personal life and questioned her co-workers, but nothing seemed to lead them to her. Emma's best friend, Lisa, was determined to help find her. She spent hours searching online for any information that might lead her to Emma's whereabouts. One day, while scrolling through social media, Lisa came across a photo of two of her co-workers at the diner celebrating with drinks. They appeared to be celebrating, and Lisa felt a pang of suspicion. Lisa kept a close eye on her co-workers and listened in on their conversations. She eventually overheard a conversation between two of her co-workers discussing Emma's disappearance and how they had taken care of her. Lisa immediately went to the police with this information, and they were able to arrest the two co-workers who confessed to kidnapping and murdering Emma. However, after the trial, Lisa began receiving threatening letters and phone calls warning her to keep her mouth shut. She became paranoid and fearful for her safety, but eventually, the police were able to track down the person responsible for the threats. The person behind the threats was another co-worker who had been involved in the kidnapping and murder, but had escaped punishment by turning state's evidence. Lisa was relieved that the person responsible for the threats had been caught, and could finally move on with her life. That was a harrowing tale of a young woman's tragic disappearance, and the bravery of her friend who helped bring the perpetrators to justice. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment below. We'll be back with more exciting content on artificial intelligent finances.